Back. I hope you guys' papers all turned out well. We'll get these graded and back to you right after we return from break, and then you will have a chance to revise them further in the interest of improving them. If you are interested in doing that, you don't have to, but I'll get them back to you right after break. I'll talk more about how that's going to work on Thursday this week. But this morning, we're fortunate to have our Career Services Director, Amy Dittmer, here to speak with us about resume and cover letter drafting and building. As I mentioned last week, in the middle of the semester, I like to do this business writing unit because although you don't normally think of writing resumes and application letters as a form of argumentative writing and research, it actually turns out that they are skills which incorporate argumentation and research, and they're some of the most important argumentation and research documents that you will produce while you are in college, because ultimately your purpose for being here and earning degrees is to help you land a job and potentially even an internship along the way, right, as you work to earn your degrees. And so what I like to do is help you guys as much as possible polish those skills, because they are argumentative research and writing skills that will impact your sort of transition into the career world once you get out of school. We also are fortunate to have Dr. McCrae's Interpreting 4 class with us this morning. They're here to complete an assignment, is that correct?
Yep.
Right, for their class by interpreting Amy as she presents to us. So they've told us just to not pay attention to them at all and let them do their job. And so I'll turn it over to Amy. Please go.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg.
Yep.
As he said, my name is Amy Dittmer. I'm the Director of Career Services here. I am also an alum. I have both my undergraduate and my graduate degree from William Woods. I say that this is my second career because I had an entire career in the finance industry right after I graduated in St. Louis and New York City. Moved back, this is my home, so moved back here. Started at William Woods in advancement, so I was fundraising, visiting our alumni and raising funds for the university. And then I took over as Director of Career Services 5 years ago, I think. I lose track of time, but I say that this is, like I said, my second career. It's my second calling. I loved the finance industry when I was in it, but working with you guys, I absolutely love this as well. So today, we're going to talk about resume and cover letter building. How many of you have a resume? I know some of you do because I've seen them, okay? Those of you who have a resume, I am still convinced that after this presentation, there might be some updates or some changes that you want to make. Those of you who do not have one yet, this is going to be really beneficial to you. Okay, so we're going to talk about identifying, excuse me, your skills, okay, and then linking your skills to that of the internship or job that you are applying to. Okay. We're going to talk about the best format for your resume. I say I have a love-hate relationship with templates, and I will describe that a little bit later. We're going to talk about the strongest way to describe your experience. A lot of times when students come in and I'll say, well, okay, this is fine, but we could strengthen it by doing this. Okay, so we're going to talk about the strongest way, as Greg said, it's argumentative, strongest way to describe your experience. And then we're going to create a final draft, which, as you know, is only a final draft until you join another club, get another job, maybe apply for a different job. Okay, so what I mean by that is your resume is definitely a work in progress, that we will get started now, and you will update and tweak and reformat and change basically for the rest of your life. Okay, so we're starting that today. It's good. Okay, experience. My favorite is when students come into my office and they say, I really want to do this, but I don't have any experience. After they sit down and I start asking a few questions, and they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't really think of that, okay? Your experience is everything that you have done. It does not just mean jobs. Yes, it includes part-time jobs, summer jobs, things like that, but that's not only your experience. We think that experience means jobs that we have, okay? And that's not necessarily the case. Your education is experience. As you get into your higher level courses, you're doing some real life hands-on projects, one being demonstrated right here, okay? That is experience. They're gaining experience. So that's something that you could include on your resume. Obviously, those part-time jobs and summer jobs are something that you would include as well. Internships, whether you are required by your major to do an internship or not, I highly, highly, highly suggest it. It's the best way as a college student to get work experience. Volunteer and community service, whether that is through a sorority, fraternity, athletic team, church, those are all the things that you do with those groups. The volunteer work counts as community service, counts as volunteer work. That is also very important to show on your resume. Coursework and capstone projects, I mentioned that. Also your campus involvement. So the clubs and organizations, the things that you are involved in on campus, I would argue are building leadership skills and giving you experience. Okay, so these are all the things, and we'll come back to, I'll refer back to this in a little bit, but these are all the things that are your experience. I said that we were going to identify your skills, okay? And I have a list of, I don't know, 10, 12 skills up here. And this list came from, I attend a career services professionals conference every summer, okay? So this is a conference for career professionals like myself and hiring managers, recruiters. It brings us together, okay? The idea behind this conference is they're always hiring, and we want them to tell us what they're looking for so we can come back and share it with our students, okay? It's a really good deal. At this conference, we ask a room full of recruiters and hiring managers for big companies that are always hiring. We ask them to come up with a list of skills that they look for in a new employee, okay? And at first they said, well, we're hiring for very different things, so, that's not really gonna work. And about 5 minutes later, they decided, nope, doesn't matter. We're all looking for the same thing, even if we're hiring for different industries, different jobs, things like that. And this is the list that they came up with, okay? These are the things that every hiring manager in that room, and there was a lot of them, we're talking Enterprise Rental Car, Sherwin-Williams Paints, Rolls-Royce was there, a lot of big companies that are always constantly hiring. These are the things that they came up with. These are the things that we have to show on your resume, okay? The more specific things that they want you to do in a particular job, they will train you or teach you how to do it themselves. These are the things that they want you to come in with, okay? So these are the things that are the most important keywords to include on your resume. Obviously, I'm not going to read the list for you, but you can understand why. A positive attitude. Nobody wants to work with a negative Nancy. Nobody wants that person in the office where everybody else is working and having a good time, and there's that Debbie Downer. Work ethic is huge. You have to be able to roll your sleeves up, get your hands dirty, do what it takes to get a job done. Communication skills, obviously in any industry that you work, whether it be equestrian, business, finance, in theater, any industry communication is going to be key. Self-motivation, that is one of my biggest things that I look for in anything that I'm hiring. Self-motivation, initiation. What I mean by that is initiative, sorry, not initiation. Initiative. What I mean by that is if you see something that needs to be accomplished, do it. Don't wait for somebody to tell you to do it. Okay? That's what we mean by self-motivation and initiative. What are our interpersonal skills? We throw those terms around all the time, but anybody have any idea what interpersonal skills are? Absolutely. You talk to other people, they're your people skills. Okay, you have to be able to have, again, it goes back to communication. You have to be able to have a conversation with people. A lot of times that is the sole purpose of the interview. They may see what they see on their resume and cover letter, but they're still going to have some sort of interview with you, whether it be a formal interview or just a casual conversation, because they want to make sure that you have some people skills and that you can have conversations and carry your part of the conversation. Time management skills, you guys are